really quite a sight. Gather round, folks, I give you all the lowdown. It's the best too. Tables were filled with gaudy frails chewing on their fingernails. They were waiting for the man from Harvard. Everybody's nerves were getting jumpy. You know, people thought of privilege like, all at once the room was filled, men forgot all about the bill. Who should enter but the man from Holland?
Can you hear me? That's the question. And if you can, is that still a good sign? Good. Right, let's get the show on the road then. Excellent. Hey folks, welcome to another Games Workshop, Wednesday Games Workshop Hobby Workshop with me, a bearded idiot doing unspeakable things to innocent plastic. Where we left off last week was we were painting up some Grinkrak's Looncourt. I'm going to continue doing that today. It might not be a long one today, because I am cream cracked. New job and feeling it. So we'll see how we go. Might not make the full 2 hours. Might make the full 2 hours. I don't know. Hey, Chris. Sip of tea. It's all about the caffeine at the moment. All about the caffeine and the heating that I don't have on at the minute. So we're all dressed up in our winter clothes at the moment. Because I put the heating on over there. Remember that cold snap we had in the UK over Christmas, or just before Christmas, sort of 7 or 8 days of temperatures dropping below zero, and everyone got really terrified. Yeah, I put my heating on for that, and then noticed 150 quid on my heating, on my electricity bill this month. So yeah, won't be doing that again. Right, cool. You're not here to hear about my woes though. You're here to watch me inflict woe upon miniatures. So that's what I'm going to do. Where shall we start? Where do we get to with this guy? Yeah, let's get some metallics on that guy, I think. Do aluminium. That's my go-to for metallic. Ah, right. Welcome, welcome. Put that off to the side there. Put that over to the other side because I'm left-handed and I keep forgetting this. Put that out of the way. I'd say my desk is organised chaos, but it's not. It's in no way organised. There we go. So that's Viejo metal colour. Aluminium, it's my go-to for most metallics. Let's knock that, as is the tradition. And let's get busy. So I'm just going to get a bit of metallic paint on the metal areas of these miniatures. If you're new to my streams, I'm not a fantastically accomplished painter. I tend to paint to the arm's length rule. That is to say, if it looks good at arm's length, it's probably good enough to go on the table, which is what I paint for. So a little bit of that duraluminum on the brush, get the worst of it off, and I'm just going to remember this is Grinkrak sewer this is going on over. So half dry brushing, half just painting. Not going for coverage particularly, just going for the suggestion of metallic. And again on his tootsies. Need to do too much to get your metals looking metallic.
Glad to see you got the screen size sorted, dude.
Thank you, Mick. Well, not quite. Not quite, but near enough. Near as makes no odds. I think this is still a bit more zoomed in than it normally is, but I'm okay with that because it enables you to see the miniature a little bit better than you normally could. So I think we'll keep it that way. Assuming you guys are okay with it. I mean, I've got the miniature right in front of me, so I can see perfectly. I can see perfectly. Take me with you. I can see that pin over there. And there's an old film reference for you. Cool. There's a bit of metallic on him. He's looking slightly more knightly. These guys are nuts, by the way. They think they're knights under his tutelage. Gloomspite Gitz being nuts, shocking nobody. I forgot to paint his foot. Nothing wrong with a sofa night at all. At all, at all, at all. I'm not trying to be too neat along the edge here because this is going to look like it's been sharpened. Painted metal and it's been sharpened. So there's going to be a little bit of roughness to it. Some silver on that, otherwise I'll forget it's there. He appears to have a bracelet on as well, so he can have a bit of metallic on his bracelet as well. Now, what do I want to do with his mask? I think he's kind of got too much yellow going on there, so what I'm... Oh. Spot that. Got some metal there as well. Shoulder pads. I might hit that up with some dirty down rust in a minute. Oh, metal on his back as well there. Why did nobody tell me these things? You notice I'm going at it quite roughly, leaving bits of the Grinkrak sewer showing through, so it gives the impression of worn metal. Because they live in a cave underground, I will be applying some rust to it. Yeah, okay, yeah, you've got more right to be tired than I have. It's a lot of driving. I love this thing. It's just so nuts. I learned these things had names because they're from Warhammer Underworld. They come with a load of cards, and initially I didn't look at them because I don't play Warhammer Underworld and I'm not particularly interested in starting. But I fished them out. They all have names, as one might expect from a little war band. Any more metal on them? Oh, yeah, feet. And the braces on the back of the door frame. Door. Spending too much time on that, because nobody's going to be spending too much time looking at the back of the door. Put that down. Next, any metal. Yes, they all appear to have metal feet. Going into this thing where they think they are armoured knights. Questing knights. So it's their special rule for Age of Sigmar. They can designate a little bit of terrain across the battlefield. And if they reach it, they get buffs. I forget what the buffs are. I think it's a ward save for the rest of the battle. And they're not. It's 190 points for the 7 of them. But they're not hugely powerful. They're just a bit of fun. And we're all about a bit of fun here. Well, gloves. Probably need to go over his robes again. Oh, he's got one metal glove and one another glove. Look at that. this guy, who is, I think, fulfilling the role of generic dude with pointy stick. Number 3 is not Grinkrak the Great. Who is he? Pointy Burke. And he has stats that I do not understand. This guy is probably Stabby Burke or something. Feet, don't forget the feet. The feet are metal. I am kind of looking forward to the boarding action stuff that Games Workshop's got going on at the moment. Use moon-faced nags. Ooh, I might get some of that design going on his shield. That looks cool. And we have Skolko and Pronk. This guy. These guys. Because that's one goblin stood on another's shoulders. Poking Snark. That'll be that dude. Yep. Oh yeah, I've got to do that squig, the black squig. Yes. Nice. Snorbowder Spore. Who is the trumpeter dude, I presume? Whatever his role is. And Pointy Burke. And Grib the Wonky Lance. What's that dude? Anyway, don't know what those numbers mean. They probably mean things, and they're probably really cool, but I don't understand them. Right, I need some Gygax sewer because I noticed this guy's foot isn't painted. To his robe. There's rattling grime going on there. That's what his robe was painting. I'm painting things off camera again. Yay! So pro. Best thing to do if you see me painting off camera again is to put a little tip in the jar because it makes a noise and it wakes me up, you see. I'm totally joking, you don't need to do that. Let's Still a black squig. Use a Administratum Grey, which is a layer paint. Very, very bright. But we're not going to put it on neat. Mix it. There's a bit of, what did we paint that colour with? Oh yes. Rattling grime. Some highlights. And the contrast paint has done most of the heavy lifting here. Back of the thumb, so basically the back of the thumbnail makes a brilliant secondary palette. Those of you worried about getting your hands a bit dirty when you're painting, why? Why? Do you not have soap where you come from? Ugh. Now you get to wear your neoprene gloves. No. You know, just wash your hands. I do have neoprene gloves. I use them for 3D printing because I really don't want resin and things on my hands. For painting, I think it's kind of exciting. I mean, even if you're airbrushing, you can still wash the paint off your hands afterwards. You don't need a neoprene glove that's going to live on a landfill for 25 years after you've done with it for 5 minutes. The question is he now starting to look grey? kinda. But we're not going to worry about that. We're going to carry on. If it's starting to look grey, that is what Nolan oil's for. Nolan oil will tie it all together. Nolan oil hides all of the sins. Carefully dabbing it on, hitting little points of light. I'm not really one for edge highlighting per se, but so this is going to be the next big thing on YouTube. All the decent painters are going to be doing this. They call it NMS, non-metallic squig. And the technique basically involves dabbing paint on a squig until it looks right. That's all right. What I'm going to do, let's get some Berserker Blood shade in there. Around his gums and in his mouth. A bit more ferocious. Right. Where did I put my and grime? Taking one for the team there, Sarcastic Monkey. Well done. Well done. Sometimes you've just got to eat pancakes. Earning serious husband points there. Right. So I'm just going back over some of the robe areas with rattling grind. Both to deepen the shade a bit and also to go over where I've been messy with the other paints. Mostly in the recesses to deepen the shade. Enhance the contrast on the miniature. Using contrast paints for increased contrast. Yeah, crazy, isn't it? It'll never catch on. Again on the squig, I think I'll get a bit of contrast on the squig as well. Get some shading going on into the recesses, define the musculature a little bit more. Don't be afraid to get your fingers in there either. Really good tool for getting paint off raised areas. Finger. Swiftly applied finger, especially when you're working with things like contrast paints. Just brush the paint away. Boom, instant contrast. There we go. Lovely. He's getting that with his glorious red stick. Right, whilst I've got that out, I'm just going to have a quick look, see if I've got any more. I have got little bits of robe and stuff that still needs to be painted. Shade the metal a little bit. Shade up under his hood there as well. So this is what I was talking about pin shading the other day, Mick. Just getting into the recesses very carefully, rather than slapping a wash on, just to get a bit of shade built up on the edges. contrast paints like Rattling Grime and Garagak Sewer are quite useful for this sort of thing, because they tend to tint the area and look a bit more like natural shade. Yeah. Well, that's valid too. But you were asking what it was, so. Just picking out the stitching on his hat. It's an exceptionally fine hat, the best hat ever, probably. I'll probably end up covering some of these guys with brown swords as well. But, that's two done. Make sure I've got everything else covered. So I've got a spot there needs doing. So this is just neatening up after I've got the base coats down, basically. That's what I'm doing. I haven't missed any areas. Invariably I do. I blame it on getting old.
The kind of music men hum or whistle when they feel on top of the world.
Always miss a bit. Always. Death Guard are a swine for it. They've got tentacles for days. Commission works. Good question. Time has become a factor because I want to do more with the channel, as I was discussing in Discord early doors in the year, or possibly late last year. I can't remember. I want to get back into doing proper tutorials and other bits like that. And actual work is eating a lot of time at the moment as well. I mean, that's an idea, but the problem with that is whilst I'm concentrating on what I'm doing, which I would want to do if I was doing commission work. I want to give the miniature my full attention. It's a bit hard to do that when you're also having to worry about where your camera is and where the miniature is relative to the camera, and if you're doing it on a live stream, thinking of things to say to spark conversation. I've never been very good at that. Yeah, it diverts attention away from the commission work, and I think that would probably end up. I wouldn't do that to a customer. That's kind of you to say. No, I do better work off camera, and that's what I'd probably want to do if I was doing proper commissions. But you know, it's still in the back of my mind, and if I ever get enough time, I will certainly give it some extra thought. Unless I suppose somebody commissioned me to paint something specifically on the channel, I don't know, just to see how it was painted. That might work. That might be something to do actually. I don't think many commissioned painters do that. Commission me to paint a thing and watch me paint it on a stream. Yeah. And then if you want the recipe, you've got it right there in front of you. Huh. You heard it here first. You wait. All the big painting studios are doing it. So I'm just cracking on with this rattling grime because I'm getting some good results out of the shading here. It's doing things. I'm learning as I'm going. It's doing good things. So I'm just carefully putting rattling grime in areas where there would be shade, and it's tinting the area. He says explaining to people how to shade. Although I don't know, I mean there might be people on watching that don't know how to shade or don't get the concept. This is why I ask for questions and things, because I don't know what people don't know. I could picture absolute beginners, but that would probably lose me more intermediate followers. And my whole thing is that you don't have to be particularly skillful to get decent results. I mean, I've only really been back in the hobby since 2002, so 2 and a bit years now, I suppose. No, 2020, sorry. With the COVID festivities. And before that, I was out of the hobby and hadn't picked up a paintbrush in the longest time. I wasn't a particularly good painter before. I wouldn't say I was a particularly good painter now. Some people might say that's false modesty. I'd say, well, everyone's own worst critic, I suppose. But I don't see what I do as anything particularly special, because I'm not paying an awful lot of care or attention to what I'm doing, particularly because I'm half talking to you lot. But you end up with miniatures that look okay at sort of at arm's length, which is what I'm aiming for. And with these guys, I'm kind of going a little bit out of my comfort zone and aiming for a bit more of a studio style, which is why I'm pushing the contrast and the highlights a bit more than I would normally. I'd normally be going quite grimdark. There's more metal on there. Look at that metal there. Now let's try it. One moment. Desperate to get those commandos painted, aren't you? I'll have a think about it. If I do, it'll be like one or two of them I paint on the stream. Otherwise, that just turns into me painting a commando every day, every week for the next however long. And I'm sure you'll be fascinated, but others might not. I missed that. Great gloves on. Elbow pads. Stage was I was on Rattling Grind, wasn't I?
It was up in Mike the other night. That was really quite a sight. Gather round, folks, I give you all the lowdown. The mess too. Tables were filled with gaudy frails chewing on their fingernails. They were waiting for the man from Harvard. Things reserved, 6 bits of throw, things were moving kind of slow. Everybody's nerves were getting jumpy, people thought of privilege like
Oh, see the back of his ear there, purple. This one I do. Always miss a bit. Back, once we've got that out, we'll start highlighting up the skin a little bit. So this is Tesseract Glow. that, we're going to put a little bit of dawn yellow. Which will give it a little bit of opacity. But it's still quite wet, he says. Yeah. And we're just going to pick out the highlights. Raised areas. Because Tesseract Glow's got a little bit of early doors contrast medium in it, it'll do a lot of the blending work for you. And layer up nicely. So already we're getting a lot more contrast in that. I'm not a big fan of the Studio Goblin skin. I think it lacks a certain level of complexity, and I'm quite happy that I discovered this this method of doing Goblin skin. Well, green skin in general, really. And if you're unsure what that method is, watch the previous video. I'll probably end up doing a tutorial for it at some point, or even a short, because, you know, it won't take that long. An Instagram reel or a short. You can put it on TikTok. No, I will never be on TikTok. There we go. And that makes the skin pop an awful lot more. So we'll pop into the stone. How long does it need to go on? Pop them over there. Half the battle is getting paint to come off your brush right, which has a lot to do with the consistency of your paints. That's why they keep going on about thin your paints. It is important. I mean, you don't, having just said it's important, you don't have to, but you do tend to get a kind of a blobbly finish on your miniatures if you don't, which I do suffer from time to time. And if you thin your paints, it makes it a lot easier to build up glaze. Layers and layers of glaze for hours and hours and hours. Or you could do what I do and just not do that. Life is too short to spend 10 hours glazing a nose, you know? And I think that's possibly the fault of ultra high resolution cameras and the internet. Getting your paint jobs as smooth as possible so that when you take a picture of an ultra close up of a face, it looks okay. But in reality, you're never going to see it that close with your natural Mark 1 eyeballs. Not something you need to look at. Tesseract Glow, great purchase. Even if off. Yes, Tesseract Glow is a brilliant paint. I use it for many things, mostly green things. Very good at glowing green things. It's almost like it's what it's designed for. But yeah, it's a very good paint. Yeah, worrying about extreme close-ups on miniatures is like, no, just come on, get over yourselves. It's like those gamers, you know, the one that have to have the very latest graphics card because they can tell the difference between 400 frames a second and 450, and oh my god, 400 is just so stuttery, and I just can't even. You can't tell the difference. Get over yourself. You can't tell really over about 60 FPS any discernible difference. The human eye can't track it. So flexy nonsense. Yep, Salastar, bang on right. Anyway, I can tell the difference. I'm special. Yes, you are. Have a cupcake and sit down, dear. Emperor's New Clothes. That's what it is. It's that phenomenon. Somebody said they can tell the difference between two different resolutions that can't actually be registered by the human eye. So therefore, I must be able to do it as well. Otherwise, I must be some kind of fool. Emperor's New Clothes. Emperor's New Graphics card, let's call it. Exactly, sarcastic monkey, exactly. But you're all special and you're all valuable. I value you. Kind of. Yes, you have a value. Yes, that's right, Vic. That is the only reason. Of course it's not. Vic is a thoroughly decent individual. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. And not just because he tips me. Although that helps. Right, okay, that's all the green skin bits done. Where should we go from there? I think what I'm going to do that's what I'm going to do. Whilst I've got a little bit of that metallic paint out, and it's sort of still metallic. This goes at the foot. I'm just dabbing it on, create the impression of metal, not going for any real coverage because it's already covered in Garagak sewer. So you want the metal looking kind of scuffed like that. Cool beans. Actually, whilst I'm here, get a smaller brush, and a little bit of that metallic paint, and just pick out the rivets. And you don't have to worry too much about precision, because if you go a little bit over, it will just look like chipping, and that's fine. Just prove a point on. Just dab it on the edges of the thing, just to prove how little of a thing it actually is. There we go. And it just looks like chipping. Okay. Skeleton horde, because I keep seeing little bits of grey where I've not put any colour, and this will not do. And he's got like a wrap on his handle there, so that can be a skeleton horde coloured wrap. Get some Agros dunes, clean a big brush. Get the contrast paint on the base. Not sure how I feel about these bases. They're cool and all, but I think they might look a bit busy. Paint down into the cracks. A bit of colour on the base and it instantly looks better. I think, anyway. It's my mini, so what I think counts. And that's the crux of it all, really. If you like the look of your mini, it's your mini. And it doesn't matter how many people on the internet go, but your glazes and things, the gradients aren't very smooth, and your doesn't matter. If you like your mini, it's your mini. So I'm lucky in a sense. I've been talking to a few content producers, YouTube content and Instagram content and such. And the more followers you have, the more subs you have, the more likely you are to encounter the them, as Mick has described in the channel. The more likely you are to get them commenting on your stuff. Thankfully, I am not popular enough for that to happen to me too often. But they usually try and dress it up as constructive criticism. Now, I have a thing about constructive criticism, and that is to say that constructive criticism that is not solicited, as in hasn't been asked for, I'm just painting off the screen again, sorry. Unsolicited constructive criticism is very, very rarely constructive. Because unless the person who posted the picture has set that tone and asked for constructive criticism, then they're not entirely sure how to read what is put forward to them out of the blue, and it is very easy to read it as sarcasm or just plain criticism. So as a general rule, I would say, if I made the rules for the internet, which I don't, I would say if someone has not asked you for criticism or critique on a miniature, don't give it. If you don't like it, click on buy. If you do like it, well, you know, say you like it. Exactly, Chris, exactly. And I think possibly the most harmful thing you can say when you are critiquing someone's work. It's a single word. It's a single word, and it's a 3-letter word. And the most harmful thing you can say is "but." I really like the way you have painted your mini, but. Because whatever you said before "but" doesn't matter at that point. The entire focus is on everything you say after "but." Exactly, Salistar. Joke's on him, I know he has phenomenally low standards. So he probably is actually enjoying my content. Exactly. I just said that, in fact. Does that mean I'm wise? Yeah, unsolicited criticism is one of my things. Just don't do it, people. I mean, a lot of the time, it takes a lot of courage to post miniatures up on the internet for some people. And if the first thing you're going to do is tear them down, then it's not a good thing. See, it's just some Agros dunes gone on the base there over the grey, and it's just made all the difference. All the difference. This paint job is nowhere near finished. There's loads more I could do with the highlighting and everything. Just putting some colour on the base. Bam. It's starting to look quite good. This is where I upset what's his name? Marcus Opus. Steel Legion Drab. Artis Opus has this thing about black bases, and I kind of share it, but what I was doing with these guys was trying to make them look a bit more Games Workshop-y, so I'm going with the Games Workshop Steel Legion Drab base rim. And to be honest, I don't hate it. I thought I would, but I don't. I think it looks okay. And I understand the logic behind it as well. The Steel Legion Drab is just one of those colours that seems to blend in quite well to whatever battle mat you choose to put it on. Normally these are finishing touches. I'm nowhere near finished. But, thought I'd get the base rims done. The one problem with Steel Legion Drab I have found is the coverage is dire. So it's all about there's gonna be brush strokes on it regardless, so you're gonna need a second coat. There's a school of thought. Yeah, I'm generally a black rims person as well, but just for these because I was trying to emulate the Games Workshop style. There's a school of thought that says the fewer brush strokes you use, the better. Now, I always forget that school of thought when I start painting. Watching one of Ninjon's videos the other day, and he touched on painting on camera, and he mentions that the way you sit, the way you hold your miniature, everything changes when you paint on camera. And he's right. It's a skill in itself. apropos of absolutely nothing, I suppose. Harking back to a previous bit of a ramble earlier on in the stream about doing commission work on the stream. Because my setup, I'm currently working around a camera that is right in front of my face, literally right in front of my face, which is not how I normally paint. But you are getting near enough a Moog's eye view of everything. So I suppose there's that. Or at least you will be getting a Moog's eye view if the camera moves with it. Somebody at my door. I'm going to ignore it. Don't think I'm expecting any deliveries or anything. It's 9 o'clock. No, they can go away. Right. Yeah. Let's paint some more. Which one? Let's go with Grinkrak. Some thematic blue on the mushroom. Zzz. I think I am going to dress these up a little bit more once I'm done with the initial just getting the colour on. I'm not completely happy with it, how they're turning out. Olympus pink. Yeah, Olympus pink will do. See, now I'm curious what's been pushed through my door. Because something was pushed through my door and I didn't answer it. We don't get an awful lot of door-to-door sales, so that'll be an interesting thing for after the stream's finished. You can all speculate. What did I get? Who was at the door? Painting off the camera again. There's another vulnerable mushroom down thing. The only thing I am expecting might be a gaming keypad that I bought like ages ago from somewhere in China. Whether that might have come by courier or something. I don't know. Who knows? that Just Eat order that they pushed through my letterbox. Yeah, well, that's the cats now. Maybe the cat ordered it. Oh, he would if he could. He would.
The kind of music men hum or whistle when they feel on top of the world.
Ah, this is the squig. I'm going to do some highlighting on that squig. Hey, well, yeah, I mean it could be sarcastic monkey, and if it was, well, I'll cry buckets. No, I won't. Because if they've been watching my stuff, they know I stream on a Wednesday night anyway. Not that I'd want to get into the industrial painting for Games Workshop soon. There's Evil Sun Scarlet I'm getting out there, and Wild Rider Red. I don't think I really need that. I'm just going to start with the Evil Sun Scarlet. Give that a good shake. Almost done there. Might as well shake the Wild Rider Red as well. Evil Sun Scarlet. Good red. Evil Sun Scarlet. I like it. Again, we're just picking out the edges of detail. These things are just too damn small to worry about blending or anything like that. If you want, you can throw a wash over it later and just tie everything together like that. But oh yeah, I clipped those off. I know the ones a bit. I haven't got any Black Knights, but I know the sort of thing you mean. I tend to use Geek Gaming Scenic Space Ready Mix, so it's fairly unusual for me to use sculpted bases like these. I don't tend to. And Geek Gaming Scenics don't actually do a cave base, which I think is an oversight on their part. Blend colours in, etc. I mean, yeah, I could, but there's loads of those videos out there already, which is the thing. I mean, I could do mine, certainly. But, it really is a saturated market at the moment, and likely to continue to be so. I certainly have a way of doing power swords, which I like, but that involves an airbrush. And I don't know whether many people want to go down that rabbit hole. See, these come out quite well. That's just me dabbing a little bit of Evil Sun Scarlet on the raised areas. See if I can get him in focus, that might help. Whilst I've got the Evil Sun Scarlet out, go around the edge, just dabbing, not edge highlighting, just dabbing it on. Yeah, Peachy's good. Peach is very good. He's down to earth as well. I like his style. He's not at all pretentious. Even if he does blatantly nick my Flecton camo style, Flecton camo technique. We won't hold it against him. Because it's something artists have done since time immemorial. Is watch other artists and get ideas. Not that I really think he stole my idea. In fact, I probably got it from somewhere else, I can't remember. Is the music playing, by the way? I have a sneaking suspicion it might not be. Ah, there's something on the bass there. It looks like music's playing. Thank you. It's like water or something. One of these days I'll find a royalty-free heavy metal loop that I can put on. But I don't know. I kind of like alternating between what I presume is the electro swing playing at the minute. I can't remember. And it's kind of a low energy blues thing which I occasionally play as well. It just creates a kind of a chilled atmosphere, I think. any red on this that I can? Have you got red on you, Grinkrak? You have now. I think we're done with the Evil Sun Scarlet. Oh no, we're not. Kind of a 90s vibe to it, this. Back in the good old days when all weapons were red. That's the evil Sun Scarlet going back to bed. A bit of Wild Rider. Now this you want to be sort of careful with, because it
was up in Mike the other night. That was really quite a sight. Gather round, folks, I give you all the lowdown. The mess too. Tables were filled with gaudy
it's a colour that can have a quite profound effect on a miniature,
They were waiting for the man from
but it's really good for highlighting red. You just want to be super light and super careful with it. Just on the highest areas, just dab it on.
Everybody's nerves were getting jumpy. You know, people thought a privilege like all at once the room was filled and forgot all about the bill. Who should enter but the man from Holland?
Focal length right on the camera is a bit of a pain as well.
Everybody rolled their eyes. Women started even sides. Someone hollered music, lights, and gin. Come on, let's get happy. Everybody cleared his space. They had big broad smiles on every face. How they all love to see the man from Harvard.
Like that. Tiny bit of that on here as well. On the edge of the mushroom, some blobs. Nature doesn't do straight lines, so when edge highlighting something natural, go for the blobs. to the yellow. Go for the extreme highlights on the yellow with Dawn Yellow. And we'll try and get some weathering and scratches and things on this guy as well. So, pure Dawn Yellow. Which will just bring out the edges. Don't want to be too heavy-handed with this at all. Because it will bring an awful lot of contrast to play. And, you know, if it wasn't for Imperium, I probably wouldn't have bothered getting this colour. But it is so useful. It's Imperium magazine, by the way. A subscription thing from Hatchet Pot Works. I'm still trying to decide whether it's a good value for money or not. I have an awful lot of Necrons that I will probably never paint. And a lot of Marines that I rarely paint. And a lot of Sisters that I don't collect. In fact, I don't even know why I'm doing it. Sell them on eBay. Yeah, I could. I think that's the plan with the Necrons. Once I get them all, I'll just stick them in a bucket and flog them on eBay as a Necron army. So there's a few spots of Dawn Yellow about the place of just elevated things. It's the same sort of principle as theatre makeup. If you look at theatre makeup up close, it looks absolutely dreadful, but from, you know, audience distance away, it looks all right. See, I'll probably never play my Blood Ravens. Again with the painting off camera. Highlights are definitely working. Yeah, this guy needs blending in a little bit better. But I'm getting some solid highlights, so I'm happy. What I'll probably do is I'll go over this with Cassandra yellow or something. Tie everything together. I'm not being too careful about the edge highlighting when I say that, because it's one of the things I learnt embracing the grimdark style is if you want something to look a bit beaten up, raggedy edge highlighting is the way to go. It starts to look chipped and dented. Hello, Arnold. Long time no see. How are you? Done. Survived an awful cold. You know, there's an awful lot of that about at the moment. I don't know where you are. You're Netherlands, aren't you? Yeah, there's a number of nasty cold bugs going around in the UK at the moment. Cold and COVID and norovirus and it could well be, Mick. It could well be. When they are testing for it. But they haven't said anything, have they? Some highlighting on the back there. There's definitely something going around. I reckon our immune systems are still getting to grips with coming out of hiding, because we were locked up for quite a while, weren't we? When all said and done. And that's how our immune systems build up resistance through exposure. If we weren't exposed to the latest trendy virus, and when we finally did come out of hiding. There's a good chance it's going to hit us hard. Oh, I don't know. Sarcastic monkey. I think if there's any sort of chance of catching some sort of old disease that should have died out years ago, you're probably going to stand more of a chance in the UK at the minute. Kids dying of strep and was it diphtheria or something they discovered in the water in London? Something that hadn't been. Maybe it was. No, it wouldn't have been smallpox. It would be much more of a fuss if it was smallpox. Scarlet fever. Scarlet fever sounds about right. Yeah, I wish I wasn't here either, mate. But, you know, these things are sent to try us. Much rather be in a nice European country that isn't full of... Anyway. I didn't vote for Brexit. You might have guessed. COVID, strep. Yep, sounds about right. Norovirus and all sorts, yep. We really are the sick man of Europe again. Yep, that's how I look at it, sarcastic monkey. However, millions here wouldn't. They're basically trying to get rid of the adherence to the European Convention on Human Rights over here at the moment. Absolutely nuts. And that had nothing to do with the EU. That's what makes me laugh. European Convention on Human Rights, that was the Council of Europe, and we had a massive part in well, Britain had a massive part in putting that convention together. But no. Europe must be bad. No. Saw some mushrooms on one of these miniatures. Ah, that was it? No, that wasn't it. That wasn't it either. I mean, yes, these have mushrooms on it, but it's just... Oh. refreshing being having your own channel. You can be as political as you like. Right, I'm going to reach for the dawn yellow again because I'm going to go for the eyes. Go for the eyes, boo! Go for the eyes. Some people advocate holding your breath when you're doing eyes. I would not suggest that, because when you're holding your breath you're automatically stressed and you need to be relaxed. Just take your time. And don't panic. Whatever you do, it can be undone. Eyes, Grinkrak, you have eyes. You clearly don't have eyes. Well, you do, but they're inside a helmet, so that's no good to me. Second blood shade. Where did we start with our eyes? It was here, wasn't it? This is this dude. So I've gone with the dawn yellow. I'm just going over that with Berserker Bloodshade. Which will, don't know whether you can see that, nicely outline the eyes and tint them slightly red. Does a lot of work for what amounts to a quick dab of paint. Green again. There we go. Helps blend in those eyes and make them look proper evil. And I think, having just seen the time, I'm probably going to call it there. Didn't get quite as much done as I wanted to do, but I think you'll agree that they look, I mean certainly if I were to throw a wash over them, they're more than adequate for the table. Between now and the end of the month I can continue to pick away at them, adding more detail and blending and highlighting and push it and push it and push it, because I want to do some designs on the shields. Just fish this guy out. You see how he's got black flames on his shoulder pad. I want to kind of get that motif going on the shields and on some of the armour as well. Nice shield. Yeah. So I'll take a few pictures of them and post them up as a work in progress on Instagram. I'll probably stick them on Discord as well. Yeah, I'm approaching happy with that. I think it does need a bit of the old brown sauce just to bed things in. But yeah, they look alright. Cool. Right. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Wow. I can read the screen. Yeah. Right. Thanks, folks, for dropping by. It's been a pleasure. I will probably catch you in a week's time when I've got to figure out what else to paint, or what I can paint next time. What will people like me to paint next time? Any ideas? I mean, I've got plenty of goblins. I can paint goblins for ages and ages and ages. Mangler Squigs? Something 40k? I haven't got that. If you want to buy me that, I'll paint it. Chaos Demon. I'm definitely going to get one of them. Yeah, I'm looking at that Chaos Marines. What do they call it? One of the sets that's got the aircraft and a bunch of possessed and demon prints and something else which I wanted. Definitely considering getting that as a box set with them in. Do I have a terrain piece? I do have terrain. Like I could do Necromunda stuff. I could do this kind of thing. Yeah? I'll definitely show you how to do that. I mean, that's 40k. Cool, decided. We'll do some Necromunda terrain next week then. Fantastic. Cheers, folks. Thanks for dropping by. Like, subscribe, and do all that good stuff if you've not already. I know you guys are good and you've already done that. But, you know, anyone else that drops by and watches it after the fact, if you've not subscribed, please do so. It helps the channel. And share it and like it and chat and write things and do all the good stuff. You know how these things work. All right, folks. I shall catch you later. Ta-ta for now.